For years, fans of Outlander have blurred the line between fiction and reality. On screen, Sam Heughan and Caitríona Balfe embody Jamie and Claire Fraser, one of the most enduring love stories in television history. Off-screen, their undeniable chemistry has fueled endless speculation, shipping wars, and fan fantasies about whether their deep connection might transcend the set. But those hopes took a jolt when Sam Heughan made a startling admission in a recent interview. He has no plans to marry. And Caitríona Balfe's reaction to his words stunned fans around the world. It began innocently enough. During a press event tied to one of his latest projects, Sam was asked, once again, about his personal life. The question was simple but loaded. Do you see yourself settling down and getting married anytime soon? For years, Sam has sidestepped inquiries like this with charm, deflecting with humor or redirecting the focus to his work. But this time, his answer was unusually blunt. "Marriage isn't for me, at least not now," he said. "I love what I do. My career, my passions, my freedom, they're everything to me. I'm not in a rush to put a ring on anything." The statement hit like a thunderclap across his fandom. For many, it wasn't just about marriage, it was about what marriage symbolized. Fans who had long dreamed of seeing their beloved Jamie Fraser walk down the aisle in real life, perhaps even with Caitríona herself, were left stunned. The confession trended on Twitter within hours, with hashtags like #SamHeughanMarriage and #JamieWould dominating the conversation. But the true twist came not from Sam, but from Caitríona Balfe herself. At a separate press junket only days later, Caitríona was asked about Sam's comments. Her response was immediate, unguarded, and, according to many who watched, surprisingly sharp. "Well, that's interesting," she said, raising an eyebrow. "I suppose everyone has their own view on marriage. I just hope he doesn't let Jamie's fans down too much." The remark, delivered with a wry smile, was brief, but it landed like a bombshell. Some interpreted it as playful teasing between longtime colleagues, the kind of banter that has defined their friendship for years. But others insisted her tone carried something deeper, a tinge of genuine surprise or even disappointment. Clips of the moment went viral, with fans analyzing her expression frame by frame. Was she joking? Was she throwing shade? Or was she revealing something more personal? Fan forums exploded with theories. One group argued that Caitríona, who has been happily married since 2019, was simply speaking as someone who values the institution and was startled by Sam's outright dismissal of it. "She's traditional," one Reddit user wrote. "She knows the importance of commitment. Maybe she didn't expect him to be so cavalier." Others, however, read her words differently. They suggested Caitríona's reaction was less about marriage in general and more about the endless fan projections that entwine her with Sam. By highlighting the disappointment of Jamie's fans, she might have been subtly calling out the unrealistic expectations placed on their real lives. "She's reminding people that Sam isn't Jamie," one fan insisted. "And that's her way of drawing a line." The press, of course, seized on the drama. Headlines screamed, "Balfe throws shade at Heughan over marriage comment," and "Caitríona Balfe shocked by Sam's refusal to wed." Entertainment blogs looped the interview clip endlessly, dissecting the tilt of her head, the arch of her brow, the half-smile that lingered on her lips. Some journalists framed it as a light-hearted exchange, while others stoked the flames of controversy, framing it as a rift between the beloved co-stars. What made the moment so potent was the collision of two realities: the fictional marriage that millions of fans adore, and the real-life choices of the actors who portray it. Jamie and Claire Fraser will always be the gold standard of epic romance, but Sam Heughan, the man behind the Highland hero, has every right to live life on his own terms. Caitríona Balfe, meanwhile, has her own life, her own marriage, and her own perspective. And yet, for fans, seeing her visibly react to Sam's blunt words felt like peeling back the curtain on something too real to ignore. As the clip continued to spread, debates only intensified. Was Caitríona's response genuine shock, a moment of honesty that slipped through her polished exterior? Or was it calculated banter, knowing full well how fans and the press would run wild with it? Either way, the impact was undeniable. Sam's refusal to marry was already headline news, but Caitríona's reaction turned it into a full-blown storm. The fallout from Caitríona Balfe's eyebrow-raising response didn't fade quietly. It exploded into one of the most dramatic fan controversies in recent Outlander history. What could have been dismissed as a light-hearted comment instead turned into fuel for a scandal that had tabloids, entertainment blogs, and fan communities buzzing for days on end. Almost immediately after her remarks hit social media, headlines screamed with sensationalism. Balfe slams Heughan over marriage snub, one outlet declared. Another shouted, "Caitríona to Sam. Don't let Jamie's fans down." The narrative was clear. Caitríona's reaction wasn't just surprising, it was shocking, divisive, and possibly even a direct challenge to her co-star. The speculation spiraled quickly. Some commentators framed Caitríona's words as a deliberate dig, pointing out how unusual it was for her to comment on Sam's personal life at all. "She knows exactly how her words will be read," one columnist wrote. "If she wanted to play it safe, she could have brushed it off. Instead, she threw gasoline on a fire." Fan communities, already fractured over years of "are they, aren't they" debates, erupted into chaos. The so-called shippers, those who have long dreamed of Sam and Caitríona as a real-life couple, felt blindsided. For them, Sam's refusal to marry was already a blow, but Caitríona's sharp reaction felt like the final nail in the coffin. "She looked genuinely upset," one fan lamented on Twitter. "It's like she's telling us straight up, stop hoping for something that will never happen." Others, however, flipped the script. They argued that Caitríona's words were loaded with sarcasm, perhaps even a jab at the fandom itself. By referencing Jamie's fans, was she mocking the endless expectations that tie Sam to a fictional character? "She's tired of it," another fan posted. That comment was her way of saying, Sam isn't Jamie, and people need to let go. The controversy also reignited long-simmering conspiracy theories. Some insisted that Caitríona's shocked reaction hinted at tension between her and Sam behind the scenes. Was their off-screen friendship as strong as it seemed? Had years of fan pressure finally created cracks in their bond? Tabloids eagerly fanned the flames, with one article boldly speculating, "Outlander's on-screen lovers. Trouble in paradise?" Meanwhile, Sam's silence only added to the frenzy. Heughan, who often diffuses drama with humor on social media, offered no clarification this time. His refusal to comment left fans and journalists free to interpret the situation however they pleased. To some, his silence was dignified restraint. To others, it was a glaring omission that suggested there was more to the story. The scandal grew so intense that even neutral observers began weighing in. Entertainment podcasts dissected the exchange, analyzing Caitríona's tone and body language. Body language experts were invited on morning shows to decode her reaction, with one claiming, "Her smile was tight, her eyes widened, classic indicators of real surprise, not just play acting." Another disagreed, saying it was all a carefully calculated move to stir buzz for the show. What made the situation even juicier was the timing. With Season 8 of Outlander already filmed and awaiting release, publicity for the show was at a lull. Suddenly, this scandal thrust Sam and Caitríona back into the headlines, sparking conversation about their relationship and keeping the fandom's attention locked on them. Cynics argued it was a deliberate strategy. "This is PR gold," one entertainment blogger wrote. 2 stars, one shocking statement, and the entire internet obsessed. Whether intentional or not, it's working. But for fans emotionally invested in Jamie and Claire, the scandal felt like betrayal. Some expressed anger at Caitríona for even commenting, insisting she should have protected Sam from such speculation. Others turned their frustration towards Sam, accusing him of being cold and unromantic for rejecting the idea of marriage so bluntly. In the echo chambers of fan forums, every sentence became proof of deeper truths. The scandal narrative took on a life of its own. Was Caitríona exposing her disappointment in Sam personally? Was she mocking his fans? Was this the first visible crack in their famously close partnership? With no clear answers, the speculation only intensified. As the drama raged on, one thing became certain. This was no longer just about marriage. It was about image, about the collision between fiction and reality, and about the dangerous power of words in a fandom that thrives on passion. Caitríona Balfe's shocking reaction had unleashed a storm, and Sam Heughan's refusal to marry had given it the perfect fuel. What happens next remains unclear. Perhaps the dust will settle, and fans will move on to the next headline. Or perhaps this scandal will linger, casting a shadow over press tours and interviews to come. Either way, one truth is undeniable. When it comes to Sam and Caitríona, even a single remark can ignite a firestorm that no one, not even Jamie and Claire, can easily put out.